Good day, good people. My name is Jacob, and then I will be taking you through ODE, particularly direct integration. This is for those who are taking engineering mathematics at college and university, whether you're doing mathematics 2 or mathematics 2A. Right. So I'll be taking you through this slide, and also I will be solving the questions for you. So now the only thing that we need to focus on today or in this lesson, it's direct integration. We have a lot of things or a lot of methods that we can solve these kind of things, but then now it's direct integration. We have something like separable, we have something like direct integration, we have something like homogeneous, we have something like exact, and we have binary, and then we have a linear equation. But then now we need to focus on direct integration, which is under ODE. Now, the simplest solution to a DE is when the derivative depends on the variable only, right? So this is what we're talking about. So now this equation can be solved by simply direct integration, rearranging terms and integrate both sides. This is what they're talking about. This is what they are actually talking about. This F, we can use cross multiplication from grade 6. You know this f of x multiplied by dx is equals to dy, right? Then you actually integrate both sides. You integrate here and then you integrate here. That's all, right? So there are many questions that can this one is just a basic. There are many questions that can be given, and then you will be expected to just cross multiplication and then derive, right? So why are we cross multiplicating here? We must understand why, right? So remember, we cannot integrate this. This cannot be integrated, or else we will say what? X is a constant. We cannot integrate if we're saying integral x dy. This is not what we can do. Or if we have to integrate it, then it will be something like xy plus c. That can be the only answer for this. So we need to avoid such thing. We cannot allow y to be with dx, and we cannot allow anything that has something to do with x to be with dx. So we need to make sure that when we are doing multiplication, when we are separating, or when we are actually rearranging the terms should respect whatever that is close to d. If ever it's y squared divided by x squared is equals to dy over dx, when we are separating them to derive them nicely, you must make sure that y squared is with dx, is with dy. You must make sure that y squared is with dy and x squared is with dx, so that we can now include or apply direct integration or start integrating. Now, this is how it is. This is how you should do it. Now, this is the simple example 1. This is the simple example. Dy over dx is equals to 3x cubed minus 5x squared plus pi. Right? Our pi is constant. I remember when I was doing grade 12, someone got this kind of equation, and then what we saw is this. Right. So that particular person decided to say this and submit, which is very wrong, because what? Which is very wrong because pi is a constant. Pi is 3.14 what? Right? So it's a constant. Now, what is it that we need to do? First thing first, we need to separate. Now, after separating, you must make sure that whatever that is multiplied by dx or whatever that is with dx, they are all composed of x, or they are consistent with x only before we start directing integration. Right? So this is how it should look. Right? Simple. There is example number 2. Example number 2, dy over dx multiplied by x is equals to 3 plus 2x minus 5x squared. Right? So first thing first, we need to divide throughout by x. We need to divide throughout by x. That means it's dy is equals to dx is equals to 3 divided by x plus 2 minus 5x minus 5x, because now we divided everywhere or throughout by x. This is it. Then from there, we need to now cross multiplication and take this side. Then it will be dy is equals to 3 over x plus 2 minus 5x, then all to dx. Then we now check if there is something that have something to do with y here. If there is no 2y, if there is no 5y, now we direct integration. We now apply the direct integration, then we get it. And another thing that you guys need to recap, what you need to recap on is to know how to integrate anything. Is know how to integrate anything, because now we are not serious here. Here we are not yet serious. We are not yet solving serious stuff, right? So you must recap. You must know and familiarize yourself with differentiation formulas and integration formulas, right? I believe in your school they will provide that kind of tables with you, right? So now find particular solution to the initial value problem, right? So these are the things that I might not go through because of I don't want the video to be long. I'll go straight to the exercise of direct integration. Go straight to the exercise of direct integration. But then this one is also one and the same thing. It's also one and the same thing. It's just that now you have initial values or initial solutions, right? This is something that cannot be explained to someone who is at college or university. If they say y0 is equals to 3, y0 is equals to 3, so clearly they are telling you that x is 0, y is 3, or y is 3 when x is 0, right? So ultimately, at the end of you solving this direct integration, you need to substitute by 0 and 3 to x and y, and then you solve for c. You solve for c, then you write them in an implicit way. You say y at the final answer. You say therefore y is equals to da 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 plus whatever that you will get as you see. That means now this question is not gonna end up as whatever plus c. It's gonna end up with a variable and numerical, right? So c is going to have a representation. As you can see, this is your c, and then y is equals to this, right? So simple. Now let us now go to the exercises. Let us now go to the exercises. Solve the following differential equations. A dy divided by dx is equals to sine t minus cos t. Now this is our equation. First thing first, we need to separate them. We need to rearrange the terms, right? So now dy divided by dt is equals to sine t minus cos t. Then cross multiplications, then you will have sine t minus cos t all to dt. Now it's equals to dt multiplied by 1 is dy. dy multiplied by 1 is dy. Then it's direct integration. Direct integration. The integration of sine t is minus cos t. And the integration of cos t is sine t, right? So it will be just sine t. It's not going to change. Then plus c is equals to the integration of whatever that is here. It's what? Y, right? Because here we can choose to say, okay, here there was y to the power 0, right? Because y to the power 0 is 1. 1 is equals to nothing here, right? So y. So this is actually your final answer. This is actually your final answer. Now let us solve number B, right? Let us solve number B. Number B, or B, letter B is dy over dx is equals to cos 5x sin x. That is why I told you guys that you must also have or bring back your skills of integration. In this kind of maths, bring back your skills for integration. The only thing that is now implemented in ODE or DE is just the startup. You understand? Initial points are very new to you, but then at the end you have to derive, right? You need to recall your substitution rules. You need to recall everything. Now, this one is just the simple one. You just have to cross multiplication that dy is equals to cos 5x cos to the power 5x sin x dx, right? Because now we took this dx that side, right? So now it's going to be dy over dy is equals to cos square x sin x, I copied it again, dx. From there we now include the direct integration, right? We include the direct integration. Let me erase this. You saw it. You can just preview. You can go back to it and just pause to know the answer or to know the approach. So I'm trying to create the space here. Now y is equals to, this one is already, we have integrated it, and it's not gonna always be easy like that, because when we go to separable derivation, it's going to be something else, because you need to separate, and also you have to derive y or something nyana, whereby y is even power nyana, because in direct integration y is always, you just have to straightforward, it's equals to y. Now let us now integrate this. Let us now integrate this. First thing first, we're using u substitution, right? So because this one looks like this is the same thing with cos x all to the power 5, then multiply by sin x, right? So this is the same thing with that. So now y is equals to, no, let us start by saying let u is equals to cos x, right? So now y is equals to integral u to the power 5 sine of x. Now y, no, not that. Now first thing first, we need to go back to u is equals to cos x, and then we have to derive u, right? We need to derive u. There is no way that we will survive. We need to derive u. So now let us derive u. Du over dx, we're deriving u, which is cos x, is equals to negative sin x, is equals to negative sin x, right? It's equals to negative sin x. Now we have already derived this u, right? But then now, since here we were still having dx, we cannot, not ever on earth derive something that is u to the power 5 with respect to dx. Never. So we need to make sure that we look for dx, and after looking for dx, we need to go and substitute where there is dx using whatever that we will have got here, right? So now cross multiplication, then du is equals to negative sin x dx, right? So now we have to look for dx so that we can come and put it here. So that will be dx is equals to u du divided by negative sin x, right? So now we have to take back this and put it here, right? So it will be, let me find a space here, it will be y is equals to integral u5 then du over sin x, negative sin x. Here there is that sin x that has been there, right? So now they're gonna cancel. This and this will cancel, then you will have y is equals to u5 du. Then we derive nicely u5 du. Then we derive nicely. We're going to just be y is equals to u to the power 6 over 6 plus c, right? Then easy peasy. Y is equals to, final answer, we need to take that u back here. Final answer will be cos x to the power 6 divided by 6 plus c. This is the final answer. This is actually the final answer. Actually, I love explaining too much more than solving questions. That is why I didn't find some enough board or whiteboard so that I can be writing for you. I love explaining. I love instilling the knowledge in your mind and know very well how to solve the questions. But then luckily, I came in a mood of solving the questions for you so that you will know how to solve the question, and also cheer you up and make you happy so that you can subscribe and like and share, right? So now let us go to number C. Number C, first thing first, we need to at least expand whatever that is given at the right hand side. If we don't want to expand, we can just start by rearranging the terms. Rearranging the terms, we can just start by saying dy is equals to cos t minus psi t squared, and then dt, then we now apply the direct integration. And how are we going to be able to solve this kind of a question? The first thing first, we must not panic. You know, in maths, you don't have to panic. You really don't have to panic. Why? Because you might forget what is the most skill that you maybe studied the previous day before the test. You might forget the skill. What you need to know is that relax. You know, if you were about to do this kind of a question in your test, you probably were not gonna expand. And then expanding is the most easiest way. Easiest way. I remember we learned how to expand when we were doing grade 3 there, standard 1 there, right? So it's the easiest way to actually deal with that kind of equation, right? So now we need to expand. I know expanding is very tiring. Here we have already derived it. Expanding is very tiring because now we have to say this cos t multiplied by cos t, or we can just write it nicely like this: cos t minus sin t then cos t minus sin t, right? So there is dx here, the dt man. So this multiplied by this, y is equals to this multiplied by this, it will be cos square. Cos square t, right? This multiplied by this, it will be minus sin t cos t, right? This multiplied by this, it will also minus sin t cos t, right? So this multiplied by this, it will be positive sin square t, right? So we just have to get the brackets and write dt, right? So now what is it that is going to be? Y is equals to cos square plus sin square. Cos square t plus sin square t, it's the rule on the square identity. It's 1, right? We know that. Go back to it, check it, write it in your paper, check it nicely. You will see that it's cos square t plus sin square t, which is 1. Now minus sin t cos t minus sin t cos t, that is minus 2 sin t cos t dt. Then y is equals to we're gonna have something like t minus psi square t plus c. How did I get here? How did I get here? You also have to use substitution. I know by now you know how to use substitution. You just have to choose between this and this. This question is very, this kind of a differentiation is very, integration is very controversial, because now if you say let u be sine t, just say let u is equals to sine t. Then from there derive this side, and then you will see that the derivative of sine is what? It's just cos t. So you know that this cos is going to cancel with the cos that is underneath, and then from there you need to say to the u's that is there 1 plus 1 divided by 1 plus 1, and then the 2 that would be under will cancel with the 2 that is here. You can also say it on the comment section that I should repeat or explain or elaborate number C, and I will elaborate it for you. And also you can email me with any question that you might be heavy, then I'll explain it for you, and then do it now before the traffic get to be too much, because I will be receiving many emails about you guys. But for now, I don't have many students that are actually asking many questions. So you must ask the question if you want any clarification in the direct, and also specify the kind of a video that you are actually asking the question on, or just write it on a comment section. Then the next video I'll also redo the question. Anyways, this is the answer, right? So now let us go to number D. Let us go to number D. Right. I know some schools are using the same PDF that I have. They're using this PDF that I have. So you can just be happy and get the answers and practice, so that you can get some distinctions. You can get some distinctions, guys. Engineering is not easy. Engineering is not easy, and this one is engineering mathematics. So you must make sure that you nail it. Now, D. Number D is just saying D, and then it's 3x minus 1 dy over dx is equals to 1, right? Then now dy over dx is equals to 1 over 3x minus 1. Then just, yeah, right? So first thing first, we divided both sides by 3x minus 1 divided by 3x minus 1. So this is what we have. Then from there we have to cross multiplication. Then we'll have dy is equals to 1 over 3x minus 1, then dx. Then we're gonna use u substitution as well. Here, and then we will say u is equals to 3x minus 1. Then the integration, the derivative will be equal to 3. Then because we know that our dx is gonna equals to, our dx is going to be du divided by 3, then already our final answer will be 1 over 3 ln 3x minus 1. Then let's see, this is how it should be. Then now I don't have space, and I would like to do the last question of DE, number E. I would love to do this one so that you can be at the safe side with DE, direct integration. All of them, you'll be very safe. Gonna be very safe. Bear with me so that I can finish up. Is equals to 1 over root of dy over dx is equals to 1 over root of 3x cube minus 1, right? So first thing first, multiply by x cube multiply by x cube. Then you now have dy over dx is equals to x cube over root of x cube minus 1, right? So now multiply by dx, multiply by dx. Why are we multiplying by dx? Because this side is composed of x. So now we cannot bring y here. We cannot bring dy here because we cannot be able to derive. Then dy is equals to root of 3x cube minus 1, then dx. Then we have to do what? Direct integration. Direct integration. That it's going to be y is equals to x squared divided by root of 3x cube minus 1, right? Then dx. Then dx. Now it's going to be, we have to focus on this. Let u is equals to 3x cube minus 1, right? Then we'll have something like y is equals to integral x squared root of u dx. Then the derivative of du to be du over dx. The derivative of this, it will be now 9x to the power 2. Now from there we have to look for dx. Dx is equals to du divided by 9x squared. Alright, so now we have to just take this to here. Then we will have y is equals to x squared divided by root of u du over 9x squared. Then this will cancel this. Then y is equals to du over root of u. Then answer. Then from there we'll have 1 over root of du. Then from there we need to integrate this now. Then what is the integration? What is the integration of 1 divided by root u? Then it will just be u minus 1 over 2 plus 1 divided by minus 1 over 2 plus 1 plus c, right? Then finally we need to substitute the u will be negative 1 over 2 plus 1 is 1 over 2, 1 over 2 divided by 1 over 2, 1 over 2 divided by 1 over 2. And remember that this 9 that is here was not cancelled, right? So that means there was 1 over 9 all over this place. 1 over 9, since there was 1 over 9 here. I'm sorry to leave it behind. 1 over 9 here, right? So 1 over 9 here, right? So we're just gonna have to bring back what we said it's u. So we're gonna just say 1 over 9, then 3x cubed minus 1, 1 over 2, then divide by 1 over 2. We can do whatever we want. Plus c. We can do whatever we want, then we will get the same answer. We can do whatever we want. We can say we can make this pendulum and go up there so that it will be 2 over 9, then root of 3x cubed minus 1 plus c. Don't forget plus c. Then that's how it will be. So we are done with direct integration. I did as many exercises as I can, and then that means now it will be on you that you need to practice. That's all. And guys, don't forget to subscribe and like the button, the notification button, so that you can get whatever that I will be uploading. And then those who are taking Maths 2A at maybe the University of Johannesburg, or Mathematics 2 at the Tshwane University of Technology, or maybe VET, or any university, if you are starting this with me, then you will be starting the channel with me on JJ Tech Tutoring. So you'll be able to pass easily, because I will be going step by step with everything that you guys will be doing on your Maths number 2.